Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to raise your vibes. We are not talking about vibes in the new agey, word that's just kind of thrown around a lot recently. We're talking about vibes, vibration in an actual sense. So before we dive in, my name is Kristen Jones. If you are new here, I am a spiritual life coach and a quantum Reiki Grandmaster, and I am so excited to talk to you about this today. I shared something in my stories, I want to say a week or so ago, and someone reached out to me and was like, how do you raise your vibes? And I'm like, interesting. I don't know that I've actually touched on this topic. So we are going to talk about that today. If you are watching live, make sure that you are interacting with me. I am a Gemini. I love to communicate, to connect, to be with you. So throw me some emojis, throw me some hearts. Let me know that you're here. If something is resonating, let me know. If you have questions, drop them down there. If you're watching the replay, #replay, I'm going to invite you to grab a pen and paper and take some notes. And if you're like, oh shit, I didn't catch that, no worries. It's going in my IGTV. And if you're watching the IGTV replay, you can save it and come back to it. This is going to be, I think, a really great place for you to go back to or come back to when you're like, oh, I really am feeling like I'm off or I'm ready to elevate. And I feel that this will come up in a lot of our conversation as we are healing, as we are growing, as we are moving through the spiritual awakening and going into ascension and the different layers of ascension. It never stops, right? We're constantly growing, we're constantly healing, we're constantly shifting and changing and stepping more and more into the person that we are meant to be at a soul level, right? And so these are going to be some really basic things to raise your vibration. They might even be well, I don't understand. I feel like it would be more of this kind of thing. First things first is basics. Take it back to basics. We overcomplicate the shit out of everything, and really we just need to come back home to ourselves. And the second thing is, I don't remember what I was going to say. I totally lost my train of thought. But I do want you to know this. Oh, I remember. There are more than 5 ways to raise your vibration. This is just 5 of my favorite go-to ways that I know will help me raise my vibration. These are things that have helped me through my spiritual awakening. As I'm ascending the different layers of ascension and things of that nature. These are the things that I really come back to. Now, what I'm not going to talk about is smudging. Actually, I have my sage sitting next to me. What I'm not going to talk about is crystals, those things like smudging and crystals, and there's a lot that I'm not going to talk about specifically today. They're all amazing in helping you raise your vibration. One thing I want you to keep in mind, and this is a whole different subject, but you are the superpower. You hold the power. Everything else is just tools. I love playing and using my pendulum. I love my oracle cards. I love smudging, and I wear crystals on the daily, and I use them in my practice. I have all kinds of different tools, but the power lies within me, and that means the power lies within you. It's always you. It's always you. So before I dive into this, I want you to keep in mind that vibration is a state of being, and really, I think that we've come to this knowing that vibration is reading vibration, reading vibes, reading energy is an intuitive ability. We all can tap into this. Everybody has this ability. It's just whether or not we're choosing to tap into this. If you are an empath, you are definitely tapping into the energy and the vibration of other things, of other beings, of other humans. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. The other thing I want you to know is you don't have to be running around cracked out and always like hyper and happy and joyful and bubbly and all of these things to have a high vibration. Sometimes high vibration, like being in a state of high vibration, can simply just mean that you're like in a neutral energy, and that's okay. Like there are definitely some days where I'm like bouncing around and I'm happy and I'm excited and I'm like bubbly and like totally a Gemini, and then there are other days where I'm just like neutral, and then of course I'm here having a human experience. So of course there are times where I am just like in a state of like shit is hitting the fan, and I'm having to go back in and do the inner work, sit with what's coming up and work through the things that are surfacing to allow myself to peel back a layer and grow and do the damn thing, right? Okay, so the first thing is meditation. I feel that it's really important for us to have a meditation practice that feels good for you, that feels aligned for you. This does not have to look like the traditional way of meditation, where we're sitting down cross-legged with or crisscross applesauce, whatever, with our hands up, open to receive, eyes closed. Like, if that is your preferred way to meditate, that's my personal favorite way, then fantastic. If you're someone that's like, I would rather be moving, great. Maybe you're doing a meditation in the shower. Maybe you're sitting in the bathtub and you're meditating. Maybe you're walking and meditating. There is no right or wrong. You cannot fuck this up. You simply can't. So find a meditation practice that works for you. If you want to do it in a traditional sense, are you sitting down and having a guided meditation, something where the facilitator is walking you through a visualization throughout the meditation? Are you listening to nature sounds? Are you listening to binaural beats? It doesn't really matter, as long as you are coming back to your breath, coming back to your body, coming home to yourself, being able to connect with the divine, God, source, universe. You're able to connect with your higher self, your spirit guides, and have that practice that feels good for you. So this will also help you be able to come, like I said, come back home. You're coming back home. You're coming back to yourself. You are releasing the outside world and coming inward. And that is where that's where we receive, we get so used to being so connected on social media. I love social media, but we get so used to being connected and looking for answers outside of ourselves. And coming back home to you through meditation is the first way that I recommend to help you raise your vibration. The second thing, actually, I'm going to move that one to the end. The second thing is to cut back toxins, meaning pay attention to what you're putting in and on your vessel. This is your vessel. Your body is your vessel. Treat it as such. What are you putting into your body? This is more than just living a healthy lifestyle. This is more than just the losing weight or whatever. This is being intentional about what you're putting into your body. How is it making you feel? Are you being guided to eat a different way? Are you being guided to drink a different way? Cutting back on alcohol, cutting back or eliminating drugs, whatever this looks like for you. And pay attention to the signs that are coming up when you are being asked to release these things that are not serving you and cutting back on these toxins. I know for me, during my spiritual awakening, I was called to cut back on meat. I'm from Iowa. I grew up on steaks and beef and meat and chicken and pork, and that was normal for us. So we don't live in Iowa anymore. My husband's at Air Force, but my husband and I, he's from Iowa too. So this is a very normal part of our how we eat. And so when I was called to eat less meat, it was very interesting for me because I was like, oh, what do I have for protein? And so I had to come inward and be like, okay, what does this look like? What am I supposed to do instead? And so I found different ways to cut out meat, but still be able to get the protein that I needed. And so this also looks like recently I was called to do celery juice again. I love celery juice. I know not a lot of people like the taste of it. I really like it. I think it tastes like really clean and refreshing. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. There's so many benefits to celery juice, but one day I was in meditation, I think, and they're like, it's time for you to do celery juice again. And I was like, oh, okay. I actually wanted a new juicer anyway. So I went and I got a juicer and I started doing celery juice. And now I do it in a way that feels good for me. So it's just interesting. I also have cut out alcohol. I used to drink quite a bit. Not over the top, but I would definitely stress drink or, unwind from a long day. And there's no good or bad. It's all just information and there's no judgment. It was just an observation of myself where I was like, this actually, I'm feeling anxious and stressed. So I'm noticing that I'm reaching for the alcohol. What is actually going on? And what do I need to do for me to feel better? And so I cut out the alcohol and now I have it every now and then, but I'm paying attention. I'm intentional about it. And then as far as what you're putting on your body, pay attention to the chemicals that are in your body. There's an app called Think Dirty, and it rates the ingredients on different products, which is amazing. And so you can pay attention to the makeup that you're putting on your skin, the body wash that you're using, the deodorant that you're using. That's a big one. The lotions that you're using and things like that. Just pay attention, cut back, and be intentional about it. Here's what I know, and here's why I feel this is really great to help you raise your vibration. Because when you are putting shit in your body, you're clogging your system. So let's think of it like this. Actually, this will work out well because we just put some Drano in my shower last night. So you know how when hair gets clogged into your pipes and then it just creates all this gunk and it just stops things from flowing through. And then what happens? Well, like I said, nothing can flow through, so the water just builds up and now you're standing in water while you're taking a shower. Not ideal, right? Unless that's the vibe, then whatever. But usually not ideal. And so when we put the Drano, hi Stacy, when we put the Drano in the tub or in the sink and it goes down the drain, it clears out all the gunk, clears out all the crap. You run the water, the hot water, and it just flushes everything out. And now everything can go through so much easier, right? Same thing when we are putting toxins into our body, when we're eating in a way that it's not in alignment for our awakening or our ascension. And so you're essentially clogging your own drain, right? So what happens when you are intentional about paying attention to what is going into your body, intention and attention, you're intentional about paying attention to what's going in your body, you are able to allow things over time to move out and pay attention to what's going in your body. So you're fueling your body for it being the divine vessel that it is, giving it whole, nutritious foods. And I'm not, oh my gosh, that's so funny. So Stacy just said she journaled about this early this morning. This is so fascinating how it all aligns. I knew I needed to come live today for someone. Here you are. And so when we already know from a weight loss standpoint that when we put something in our body that is healthier for us, it supports our health journey or our weight loss journey. But on a spiritual aspect, this is our vessel. And so when we put healthy, whole, nutritious foods in our body, it's going to support and be able to help us think clearer, be more clearly connected. And when we are not putting things in our body that are serving our vessel, we are cloudy minded, and we don't feel as connected. And so, yeah, super important. This is clearly something I could TED talk about all day, but yes, pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Also, I love chocolate, so like live your life too. Just find a way to find that balance for you that feels good. Okay, the third thing to raise your vibes is nature. When I was going through my spiritual awakening, I was out in nature all the time. All the time. Every opportunity that I had to be able to get out into nature, I was out there. There's something so healing about being amongst the trees, or if you are a water person, being near a lake, a river, the ocean, on the beach, out in, if you're mountains, like in the mountains or the hills or forest or whatever feels aligned for you. Getting out into nature, disconnecting from your phone, from the electronics, from your to-do list, from work, and just being. I can't even begin to tell you. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, just trust me and go. I actually have an app called All Trails. It is free. There is an upgrade too, which I'm pretty sure that I upgraded on that because I use it all the time. But it is a really great resource to find trails in your area, which is pretty awesome. I actually went hiking on Monday. I could not ignore the signs anymore. And even my husband called me out on Sunday. He's like, you need to go. Like clear your calendar for Monday and go. And so I did. And I could not, it was just mind blowing. Like, I processed through so many things. I did stop and journal once because I do like to take my journal when I go out hiking. But it was so liberating to be able to clear out and process through all of these things. And I felt so much better. I was in such a better mood. You just feel elevated. And so nature, and then grounding as well. Grounding can be just laying on the grass. Grounding could be just being out in nature, period. Bare feet to the earth if you can. It's starting to get really cold in western South Dakota. Not super cold, but it's starting to cool down, and so that feet to the earth is not for me right now. If we have another warm day, maybe, but right now, probably not. But just being out in nature, period, will help you raise your vibration. The fourth tip is to get real with yourself. This can be really tough, to unpack your own shit and look at the things that are surfacing for you. I'm talking about paying attention to how you're feeling, noticing when you're triggered, noticing when you're upset about something. Notice, when you're feeling off, or you're feeling heavy and weighed down. And maybe that means also you're feeling anxious, or overwhelmed or sad, and just really getting clear with yourself and getting real with yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to work through the things that are surfacing for you, and allowing yourself. I loved the journaling aspect of this. So allowing yourself to journal through it. I have a free journaling guide in the link in my bio. You can just click on that and download that. And I have my Journal to Heal method. And this will walk you through what's coming up for you. And I have a specific process to help you get to the root of what's going on, so you can see where it's coming from and have an opportunity to take the next steps and heal this that's coming up for you. When you allow yourself the opportunity to heal and release the things that are no longer serving you, paying attention to these things that are coming up for you, and healing them and releasing them, it helps you raise your vibration. You are no longer affected by some of the lower vibration things, the triggers, the guilt, the shame. All of these things are super low vibrations, and this is all energy. These emotions are energy, and this energy gets stored in your body, and over time, the vibration of guilt and shame kills cells. we want to unpack those. We want to release those. It's not to scare you. It's just to be like, oh, put it into awareness. Awareness is always the first step. If you're here, if you're watching this video, this is a really great step for you of awareness. So pat on the back. Like, this is a big deal, right? Being aware, paying attention, and allowing yourself the opportunity, releasing the things that are no longer serving you, and allowing yourself to heal and elevate. Because as you release the things that are no longer serving you, just feel like I just get this vision of a balloon. I see like this pink balloon, and with it being tied to, several different things, like like a sandbag with like different strings. And as you are like untying a string, like it's slowly going up, right? And so that's what's going to happen for you as you untie and let go, heal and release the things that are no longer serving you. You're going to be elevated. There's no other choice, right? Okay. So the other thing, the fifth tip, again, these are not the only tips. These are just my favorite ones. The fifth tip is through Reiki, through quantum Reiki. I can't even tell you what being tapped into energetic healing modalities has done for not just healing my physical body, but healing my energetic body and helping me release and shed the layers of the things that are no longer serving me. So with quantum Reiki, I am certified in traditional Reiki, which is pretty common, Usui Reiki. There's all kinds of different modalities. I don't even know how many there are now at this point. Quantum Reiki, what it does, it is the highest form of Reiki, and it encompasses all the other forms of Reiki in itself. And so it is powerful AF. I don't even use Usui anymore. There's no point in me using it because quantum Reiki I'm a quantum Reiki grandmaster. These healing modalities are so powerful. It works and it heals at a DNA and a cellular level. It goes in and it gently scrubs the things that are no longer serving you, cleans it out from the inside out. Remember the pipe that I was talking about? Same concept. We are going in, we are cleaning out that pipe, and we are allowing things to just release. Cleaning out that dirty pipe and allowing things to release, cleansing your system and shining light on the shit that's no longer serving you, giving you that opportunity to look at it, to heal, to grow, to ascend, to vibrate at a higher level. Vibrating at a higher level, what does that even fucking mean? It means you get to feel happier, you get to feel healthier, you get to feel more joyful, you get to actually really experience the things that our soul came here to do. And that's like the whole point, right? So the whole point is to feel good. So I hope these tips helped you. Make sure you comment below and let me know which one was your favorite or which one you're more excited to tap into. Maybe there are some other things that I didn't talk about. And again, like I said, there's more ways to raise your vibrations. These are not the only ones. These are just some of my favorites because I feel like they are really the foundation and the basics of the things that I come back home to myself. I always come back to me when I feel like things feel like they're out of control, or we're going through Mercury retrograde, or we're going through a crazy full moon, or another planet's in retrograde. Like, you're having a human experience. Come back home to yourself. When the pieces of you feel like they're scattered everywhere, just bring yourself back home to you. And that's what I feel like these 5 tips do, is they help me come back to me. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. My door is always open. If you want to send me a DM, I'd love to talk to you. Also, my spiritual life coaching program starts on Monday, November 11th. This is a great opportunity for you if you are someone that is struggling with stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. Maybe you are going through your spiritual awakening, or you're noticing that you're a healer and you're ready to release the things that are no longer serving you so you can fully step into that inner peace, that knowingness, that clarity, that next step that's for you. This is for you. So if that's you, reach out to me. I will just ask you some questions. We'll make sure that it's a good fit for you and that we are a good fit for each other. And I will get you all the rest of the information. The deadline to enroll is on this Sunday, which is Halloween. Yay! Halloween is Sunday. Huh. I can't believe this month is almost over. Weird. Anyway, and Yeah, and I have 3 spots available. So, again, excited to be here live with you today and share this information with you. I will also be going live hopefully tomorrow as well on a different topic. So make sure that you watch my stories. I'll let you know about the time frame that I will be going live. Of course, this will always be on IGTV too. I'll download it there. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.